Hey guys, my name is Jack Riley, and this is how I produced Saint Someone by Chance Emerson.
I hear you calling me like Saint Someone, do you know my name? We used to hang.
So this track is super old. By super old, I mean a year. So this was the first track that Chance and I worked on ever together, done in April 2020. I'll actually show you guys. Here's what it used to sound like.
Saint Someone, do you know my name? Missed calls and they said you were away. 8 billion's just too much to take. The line might break tonight.
Melody's there. Kind of same thing was retained. A lot of lyrics changed in that chorus. And the verse was certainly different, but like that was the vision. And then we worked on it and then we sat on it and then I hated it. It's like 5 months later. I was like, I gotta redo it. And I redid a part of it and then it still didn't feel right. Okay, we're gonna throw it out the window. We're gonna do some other tracks. And we did a ton of other tracks and we revisited it this summer, 2021. And we're like, dude, this is a bop. We gotta release it. And we kind of put together this whole EP that's a little angsty, a little more rocky for what Chance usually does. We thought it would just be a great opener track. It's such a big indie anthem. A lot of Bleachers influence, some Coin sounds in there. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I think it was a lot of cool sounds, very dense, but everything works together. And that's what I'm really proud of, making all this fit together and sound like a big, big wall of sound. So the track starts off with these reverse guitars. There's a few going. It's a few of them. I've also got the Logic. It's the classic. If you do a fade and then right click it, it'll let you slow down. Also this guitar.
I found
and some feedback. Reverse vocals. These are all over the track.
kinda saddening.
And then boom, we're into first verse. This is the streaming age thing. Some people hate me for this, but I love intros that kind of just throw you into verse one or even chorus one like right away. I think hearing those vocals, one, maybe helps you do better on streaming services. But also, I think it's just exciting to hear someone speaking to you, singing to you that quickly. Chance played this. Super simple. Just right down the center, just chunking. This whole song is about retaining that eighth note. Everything's chunking on the eighth note. All those guitars, all the drums are focused on the quarters in that eighth note, just beating down. Super solid. I've got the guitar, and then also in the intro are some real drums. So these are actually from my home. And some simple beat. Super simple. But it works. And then also, so these are pretty crushed up. I've got a load of
I found it kinda saddening.
and then some radiator saturation, just
You watched the ending happen.
and some filtering just to make it sound kind of crushed.
Happening when you said
Looks like there's some nasty stuff there.
saddening. You watched the ending happening when you said time after time.
Halfway through verse one, we get these other drums.
What kind maddening?
That play along with the real drums. And those are sick. Boom, 4 on 4. And the vocals are, oh my God, just so great. Chance did these, I think, in a bedroom somewhere in Maine. I don't know.
I found it kinda saddening. You watched the ending happening when you said time after time we were still doing fine.
Oh yeah, and these guys, these are some breaths. They're just going. I think that's me, and I just threw a load of like saturation and high end boost on these, and a little sample delay to make it wide.
What kind?
This other guitar comes in second half of the verse. I think Chance played those.
Line and I understand why. Oh, someone's gotta make things.
Okay, pre-chorus one is cool. I played these. I just think I thought it needed some weight. If you listen closely, what happened there? Okay, there's two things happening. I've got this high pass filter starting high, then going down. So I'm letting in more of the lows in as it plays, especially in the second half of this. I've also got this panning automation going. So they start not quite center, but pretty close, and then pan until the last note. And then we're into I mean, you can't really hear them. I'm sure you can feel them though. Just something to open it up and give you some width, give you some weight too in the low end. Also, a ton of weight happens. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's the fun guitar. It's the lead. That's a good line. Then we've got this bass guitar. Check this out. If you aren't splitting your bass guitars, you should be splitting your bass guitars. And what I mean by that is high pass one and low pass the other. And you give the high one this. There's my high. Just slam it with distortion and you get this crazy crunchy sound, but you retain the low end. Put them together. And I've got this, this is also played. This just 16th hat thing I played. And it just opens up with a filter. Cool. Then I've got, this thing shows up a few times. And we're into chorus one. Chorus one is rocking, as is every chorus, of course.
Saying to someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. I left your everlasting arms in vain. Was scared you'd fake the light. Saying to someone.
Lovely. I've got these like found sound people talking at a park in Paris, Ambience Park City, Paris. And then he goes, Saint someone, do you know my name? While these meat guitars are going. So I've got some just panning as he changes lyrics. And also, this meat sound was really special to the song, I think. The bulk of the sound, it's already got like a ton of distortion from the amp, but I threw some Saturns on it. Here's before. And listen to the... It just sounds like this wet pick attack that I love. Just so much presence, so much. You know my name. We used to hang back in 78. And the vocals are rocking. We introduce these other guitars that go over. Chance played those, I believe. And I did the meat ones. And then used to hate. Just slam, distortion, you know. Saying someone. And then here are the drums. I mean, there's not much to them other than they're knocking. Good samples. Oh, actually, no, the snare I did beef up quite a bit. Here's without anything. There. Yeah, it looks like I just slammed it with every kind of distortion and compression. Give it that squash I wanted. Saying to someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. All right, everyone's asking about this. What is this? It's a guitar. I just love that sound. I think it's just straight up a fuzz pedal in here. Yeah, with no cab simulator. So you get all that bite, all that like nasty mosquito high end. It's like biting and almost like you can hear it. You can hear it like gripping away at its own distortion. And then just throw some delay, reverb on it. Yeah. I love that. That's just my whammy bar as well. You can do that. I've got some. Saying to someone, can you take the pain? I'll do a little beat cut here and do the tape trick. Yeah, just fun stuff. And then second half, the fuzz re-enters and plays this pattern. And I just use so much of this like tape stop or tape entrance rather. And those go with the chords and stuff. And those slides there are not the whammy pedal. I think I'm just like literally sliding up the guitar. With it, stuff like that. Vocals, I mean, you came to hear the Chance ISO vocals, so here you go.
Saint someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. I left your everlasting arms in vain. Was scared you'd fake the light. Saints.
Actually, no. These are cool to show. We've got these delays on them that are sick. I have a ton of delays on them. The Verinote 01, I think, is a half note delay. And what I do is I automate the send. So it's,
you know my name. We used to.
So you hear how, like, my name gets sent to the delay and not much of the previous phrase. Just to fill that space between the two lines. I really like
you know my name. We used to hang back in 78.
And then I think the echo, the echo is the really quick one.
Saint someone, do you know my name?
It's like the really, really quick slap delay kind of thing, but it's mono.
Saint someone, can you take the pain? Smoking cigs.
I'm just a big fan of delays over especially for vocals. It lets you get away with more and put it in more of a vibey space without making it messy. And I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. And that's kind of, oh yeah, I mean, the drums we had, I mean, Chance did this. I think this is the one instrument that was kept, the one software instrument that was kept from the original demo. I'll play that with the other drums. Oh yeah, the tongos. I forgot those were there. Whatever. And then we're in the post-chorus. These are same drums as the intro. This is just a mess of like reverse guitars, like playing ninths. Just cool stuff. A lot of the tape stop. If you do the tape stop thing on a crossfade. Oh, that's not where it's cool. But sometimes you can make it sound cool. Here I didn't make it sound cool. Maybe a little bit. Wow. And then the fuzz guitars doing its darn thing. And I specifically kept all that dirt in. I remember hearing that for the first time through the fuzz, and I was like, holy shit, that's so nice. The dirtiest, like, metal stuff you've ever heard, but it's so fitting. It's so fitting. You know, it works. The dirt is good. Verse 2, we're rocking. The main focus is this fuzz guitar here.
I'm scared of this society. I've waltzed between sobriety. Can't take the hurry and it's stabbing out of my mind.
Verse 2, I want it to feel like some crazy psychedelic late night walk where you're really scared and doing your escapist things and all that.
I'm scared of this society.
And I wanted it to sound super off kilter. So part 1 of that is the fuzz guitar. Speaks for itself. More tape stops than you could ever imagine, but it sounds sick. So that's pan left. And at the beginning of the verse, I actually automate the vocals to pan right a little bit to sound like more off kilter, but also kind of balance that super bright fuzz guitar. I didn't want the fuzz guitar in the center. I felt like sometimes it can sound, especially on headphones, it can sound closer if you throw it off to the side and just make it super dry because you're kind of expecting it to have some verb if it's off to the side, I guess. But I feel like it's more screaming in your ear when it's off to the side, and same thing with the vocals.
I'm scared of this society.
Super dry.
I've waltzed between sobriety. Can't take the hurry and it's stabbing out of my mind.
Some fun delay throws. I just automate the panning on that. I mean, here's what they sounded like before.
I'm scared of this society. I've waltzed between sobriety. Can't take the hurry and it's stabbing out of my mind.
I mean, you can hear the bedroom, but they sound kick-ass.
Scared of this society. I've waltzed between
It's rocking. And then we got same sub bass that's going like during the chorus. I've got a different set of drums, just with that thicker kick, not thicker. It has that top end, the click that I really like. You eased my. And then second half, I pan the vocals back center as a second guitar enters and the fuzz stays where it is. So now we're kind of also balanced because that new guitar came in. So I threw the vocals back in. Here's the new guitar. Just chunky. Based off the dark inside of me, still I saw only your flaws. Now I'm. And I believe I know because I can hear it. This is going through a sidechain. Yeah. Dark inside of me, still I saw. So that's just ducking the fuzz whenever that. It looks like any of the drums in verse 2 hit. Oh, I forgot to mention these in the pre-chorus. This happens in pre-chorus 1 too. And with the lead, it's. Oh, someone's gotta make things the way things are. Oh, that's all these here. That was all Chance. I mean, super, super sick writing. I loved it. I remember he just sent me all the audio files individually, and none of them started at the same time, like in the project. And we spent like a few days trying to figure out, did I align them right? Because there's like one that comes before the rest. Oh, we get all that. Same bass guitar, same guitars going as pre-chorus 1. I've got this pad going. Just to bring some more life. We're in pre-chorus 2. We gotta. Someone, do you know? And then we have a little. Where is it? Some like guitar fill. I have this. To hang back in 7. It's. Saying someone, do you know my name? Fuzz guitar's back, but crazier than ever. And why is it? Why is it crazier than ever? Well, I've got on this pedal board here, I've got this whammy pedal, and the mix is all the way down for a lot of the song. But here I'm automating it up so you'll hear the octave slowly come in as the bend happens. So we're bending up a whole tone, but we're also bending up an octave effectively. And then we're getting that sweet, sweet whammy vibrato. I left your everlasting arms in vain. Was scared you would fake the light. Saying to someone, can you? And this is just. You can't argue with that. I just love these guitars all together. I mean, they're like 6 guitars, and they feel like 3 or 4. They're all speaking the 8th note. Because like you can have 10 instruments doing 10 different things and have them sound like 20 instruments. And you could also have 10 instruments doing 2 different things and have them sound like 2 to 4 instruments. And here I wanted all these parts in, and so did Chance. So we're like, okay, let's make them speak the same language. And it worked. Love it. Though you're a stranger. Okay, now we're in the bridge, just like kicks hitting on the 4 on the floor. Please come into my home. Though you're a danger, I'd never leave you alone. Okay, one thing about the first part of this bridge was just cool. There are this ghost sound effect, which is kind of like a reversed reverb. Please come into my home. And they peak on home. These didn't used to exist, and this actually wasn't in the song before. But the story goes, there was a old mix of the song that we were getting feedback for. This was like summer 2020, and we sent it to Dave Chalfant. Shout out Dave Chalfant. And he's like, the first half of the bridge, it's a little boring. We need something. We're like, okay, what should we do? And he's like, maybe like a ghost thing. I'm like, okay, I got you. And then this was born, and I loved it. Shout out Dave. Reverse guitars, more feedback into the second half. Okay, second half of the bridge is rockin', as is the whole song, but we've got some special stuff. We've got these Riley Hayes. So this is featuring Laura, Luke, and Michael Riley. I think on 2 of these. This is us. And myself. And I also stuck in this sample. Bass guitar's doing the slide, octave slide. So it does the octave slide and then meets the guitars for the second half. I've just got this tom on 2 and 4. Oh yeah, this fill. I forgot to talk about this fill. I mean, I didn't make it, but shout out Captain Cut's drum fill heavy live kit 136. It's rockin'. I think I found this sample and I used it first actually on a Tyrone song, on a Pretty Boy Worldwide song that was never released called Half Pipe. And I also just sold that beat, so it will for sure never be released. I sold that beat to someone else. I don't think Tyrone knows that. But I've been keeping that sample just kind of in my arsenal, and it was used here, and I love it here. I hear you calling me like saying to someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back. Chorus 3, our final chorus. We got to keep rocking. I add this lead third guitar. Got all the regular guitars up here. You know, some harmonies Chance did. Me like saying to someone, do you know my name? Super distorted, you know the drill. We've got the same drums. Oh, this. No, that one sucks. Where's the cool one? Okay, that's happening. It's like a Bleacher sample. This one's happening. You know my name. I had no clue that was happening. Dang. I might have put that in Copperhead. I didn't even notice. Okay, well, this is just this big impact. Give some low end weight. And this is the symbol I love. It's the China. I love it. I love it. Someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. Oh, I love it so much. Pain was scared you would fake the light. And the bass dances around a little bit here. Some octave jumps. Someone, can you take the pain? Got all these pads going. Just give it some weight, some space. And then we enter with the minor 4 motif, cleverly named under minor 4 guitar. Chance loves this Logic patch called Big Spinner, and it sounds like, you know, like an organ spinner or whatever. And he just played these minor 4, I guess it's like a 2 half diminished. Super sick. Really grand as we enter the double chorus. Say to someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. I left your everlasting arms in vain. Was scared you would fail. And now the fuzz guitar is going crazy, but you can't even hear it because all the like, what? I love the bite that it has. I don't know what it is, but I forget which setting it is on here. I just mess with some of these settings on Monster Fuzz until I find it. It's this, I think it's grain, but it gets this like bitey quality where it like cuts out for parts of, I mean, it's really easy to hear. Just like, bip, 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 bip. Where it's like eating away at itself. Oh, I just kept chasing that sound the whole track. Yeah, loved it. Also enters this nightlife lead in the second half of this double chorus. You know, fireflies, whatever. I'm coming back, I guess you're not to blame. I'm yours again tonight. Got some more Riley Hayes going. We've got, so like, oh, and some claps. I did some clapping and just some heavy distortion on it.
Back, I guess you're not.
Oh, so much reverb.
Take someone, can you
So many delays. But these claps, just distort stuff and see how it sounds. Odds are it'll sound a little more exciting. And maybe you can go overboard, and maybe that's the sound you want, and maybe that's the sound you don't want. But check this out. With these claps, here's nothing. Boring. Throw some Saturn, throw some compression. That's a completely different sound. Yeah, I mean, just look at this. This is cranked on broken tube. That's the sound I chose. Just so percussive and just a little compression here. I mean, it just changes the game. So much length, so much pop.
take someone, can you take?
And you layer that with the drums. Hear just the drums. Whole different game. And that's how you bring some lift to a second.
Take someone, can you take the pain? Smoking cigs upon your fire escape. I'm coming back, I guess you're not to blame. The game tonight.
You know, a little cymbal swell, and then that. So this is just a fuzz guitar, me being obnoxious. Super slow dive. I really wanted this to be in the song after the dive, but Chance made me cut it out because he thought it sounded stupid. I would have moved it like right here against the tail of it. That's kind of the song. I don't know. This whole thing, I loved how much it focused on the eighth note. I loved the density we got, but the clarity that came with it. And above all, I just love it how it's up tempo. I love up tempo stuff. I was a big metalhead, now less of a metalhead, but like large sounds, big drums, I love. And I think it was a really great entrance for Chance into the world of a little angrier indie rock. And I think the EP is going to be so awesome. As I'm recording this now, Copperhead came out today, 22 hours ago, and I think people have liked it. So thank you for all the support. Seriously, we appreciate it. Thank you, Chance, for having me on to this song and for the whole EP to produce and mix it. You have incredible writing, you have an incredible voice, you have sick ideas. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I might throw up a Tyrone one soon. Have a good one. Peace.
I hear you calling me like saying to someone, do you know my name? We used to hang back in 78. I left you everlasting arms and